Greetings and salutations, I'm the Raven, this is SteamWorld Heist. And this is JK Lantern.
What's left of him, anyway?
StarprincessHLC.
I'm the reason that's the case.
Come make a comment, not going to. And Shabbat.
You know, it seems like a lot of the games I'm in Let's Plays of lately, either one way or the other, involve robots lately.
Well, let's see here. I know there's two things you're working on for your channel that currently involve robots. There's the Battletech LP that involves robots. There's this that involves robots. I will say something that we plan on doing in the future. It involves robots, but not in the way that you think.
And the other Let's Play going up on my channel doesn't involve a robot yet, but the sequel will.
Yes, Vectron.
Now I'm just wishing I knew the lyrics to the opening tune to Megas XLR better.
Living here in Jersey, fighting villains from afar. You gotta find first gear in your giant robot
car.
I dig giant robots. You dig
giant robots.
We dig giant robots. Chicks dig giant robots. Nice. That Megas XLR might be like my favorite thing that was produced by Cartoon Network, and that's a high bar.
You mean it's not over the garden wall?
Oh! That's a close run race, actually. They are both brilliant, but for completely different reasons.
Yeah.
That's a lot of turrets.
Yep.
Those turrets have a bunch of freaking hit points.
Thank you, Mandy. She may have developed something her brother does.
Ah, she is a connoisseur of toes, then.
Yep.
Did the robots just shoot themselves?
It looks like they did.
Is there dissension among the other side for some strange reason?
Somebody at this stage.
Great taste, less filling.
You see, one likes meat, the other likes veggies.
Oh, that's why.
And I have Cat coming in hot, apparently.
No, this isn't Riven, we don't have whiskey.
No Black Jack Daniels?
Not that I know of. I think we got some Jameson downstairs.
I'm trying to remember. Someone years ago gave me a bottle of whiskey that I almost never used for anything. I'm trying to remember what kind it was.
This is not the Vegemite anymore?
We finally, like, the Vegemite was sitting on my shelf for like 5 years, and my mom was finally like, "Can we get rid of this?" I'm like, "Okay." It's funny, but I'm absolutely never going to use it for anything.
It's funny at my work because I don't know if any of you have worked in the right type of factory for this, but we build prototypes of designs and we give everything internal names that are completely different from the names we end up calling it when things go to market. All the internal names we have come from one of two sources. It's either going to be something from Star Trek, or it's going to be a form of alcohol. And a perfectly normal conversation at work. Just a perfectly normal conversation at work will be, okay, we're going to need 3 tricorder orders, 2 orders of Fireball, 2 orders of Johnny Black, 2 orders of Johnny Red, and 2 orders of the of Hyposprays. And this is something we perfectly understand between each other when we say it at work.
Oh yeah, like that's not uncommon in any workplace where you're making anything. I have, in food service, I have the tendency to refer to food as like whatever I'm working on currently as this bastard. But like, yeah, there's definitely like shorthand joke phrases you come up with for different things when you're making them.
I mean, you can call it a joke all you want, but we take it seriously, yeah. Apparently.
It's the lingua franca of your workspace.
And I worked in another environment where everything was vehicles. And that was just tape storage. Most of them from Dodge for some reason.
We had Dodges for a long time. Oh god, I'm trying to remember. This had to have been the Stratus. In the late 90s, like, my sister was starting to learn how to drive, and so it's like, we're gonna need more than one car. So my parents got a Dodge Stratus and a Dodge Neon, and they lasted us a good long time. We switched from the minivan to having, like, 2 sedans, basically. Anyway, not long... Let's see here. This would have had to have been right around when I was starting college, like, just a year after or so. But, I had gone back to my hometown for a wedding, and my brother had to come back to our hometown for a wedding. And, so he's driving from Farmville, Virginia to Spotsylvania County. And, none of you know much about Virginia, but this is that stretch of Virginia, that's basically the antithesis of the DC area, shall we say. The I-95 corridor is basically one long string of cities and suburbs. This is not that. This is that area of Virginia where there's a whole lot of nothing. So Courage is heading up north and east from Farmville, and he's driving his girlfriend at the time to go to this wedding, and like they're driving along, and he's talking to his girlfriend at the time. He's like, you know, we've been through a lot, and The amazing thing is, I've had this car for a really long time now, and I've never once had problems with it. As soon as he fucking said that...
Voice-activated repair work.
So he was in Dinwiddie, Virginia when this happened, where there is fucking nothing. I'm not sure if it's changed since then, because it's been like 10-15 years since this has happened. Also, there was no cell phone reception in Dinwiddie, Virginia at the time. Like, I joke about, like, I grew up in the boonies. Dinwiddie is even more in the fucking boonies than the west end of Spotsylvania County was. So, like, Courage marched to, like, some stranger's house in the middle of nowhere. Called us, called a tow truck. It took, like, 2 hours for a tow truck to come out to wherever the hell he was in Dinwiddie. And, it wound up that, the timing belt on the Stratus just broke and died. So basically, when the car was in the shop, it was basically, it'll be cheaper just to get another car. So we wound up having to go down to Dinwiddie, pick up Courage and his girlfriend at the time, and bring them back up to Spotsylvania. But yeah, like it was, the Stratus was a very reliable car. Until it died entirely. Like when it broke, it did not go half-ass on braking. It was just like, yep, it's dead now.
So you're saying the timing belt waited until the exact moment someone mentioned it?
Yeah, exactly. Timing!
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, his car after that, it was the PT Cruiser. I can't remember if it had gotten totaled or if it just had gotten banged up, but, it was while he was in grad school, I think. He had, like, a postdoc interview in, I want to say Salem, Virginia, which, to get to, involved a lot of windy mountain roads, and it was winter. So he actually wound up getting in a pretty bad car accident. Luckily, he wound up fine. I think he had, like, a mild concussion, maybe, but, like we can laugh about this now, but it was fucking terrifying at the time. But like, he called us, and it was like, oh god, the car accident. The road was slippery, and like, I went off the road, and like, the car is banged up, and like he looks down, and he's like, oh man, my one shirt that I can wear to interviews is ruined, and I'm so sorry. And like, we're like, dude, are you okay? My shirt is ruined. We don't give a shit about the shirt. We will buy you a new shirt, man. Are you okay?
But he liked that shirt.
Again, it was like the one shirt he had that he could wear to interview.
But where did his socks go?
He made the mistake of putting them in the dryer.
I can't remember if he lost one of his shoes or not, but yeah, like, one of my parents had to go down to Salem to pick him up, and it was just one of those things where it was like, oh my god, are you okay?
Well, no, his shirt was ruined.
Yeah. It couldn't have been the PT Cruiser, because the PT Cruiser wound up making it to Oklahoma. Because Dad wound up picking us... Well, no, I guess it could have been the PT Cruiser. Well, no, it could. Doesn't matter, but yeah. Courage occasionally has bad luck with cars.
mean, he had a pregnant woman hitting on him, so...
A drunk pregnant woman. But that had nothing to do with the car. That was actually really funny, too. So, I would have been in about high school at the time. And Courage was off for summer, and we decided we're gonna go to the one good comic store in Spotsylvania County. I think that was Big Monkey Comics at the time. We went through several comic book stores. There was a lot of attrition. But we found out precisely when they opened, so hop in the car. We're like, okay, we'll go down Route 1, go to Big Monkey, and then after that we'll go to like Hard Times Cafe or something, get some chili. But we go to the comic book store precisely when it was going to open. We go to the door, locked. It's like, okay, it must be opening soon. Well, the comic book store was right next to a bar. And at this moment, a woman who is very visibly pregnant, but comes out of the bar, sees my brother, and is like, "Hey! Hey!" And she runs up and gives him a big hug. She's like, "How you doing?" And Courage is visibly uncomfortable about this, and he's like, "Hey, you? How you doing? I was just at the bar. You should come in and hang out with me." No, that's okay. We were just leaving. I'm here with my brother who can't be in bars. And, it'll be fine. No, we were just leaving. It's fine. Well, I'll see you later. So we go back to the car, close it, lock it. Courage turns it on, and I turn to him, and I'm like, Who was that? And he's like, I have no idea. I don't know. Help, drunk pregnant woman. And so we just sit in the car and we wait. And she goes back to the bar, and we're like, we're not gonna risk going out until we are absolutely sure that the comic book store is open. So because again, like, it's a haul to get from our house to the comic book store at the time, because I lived in the western end of Spotsylvania. Going anywhere was a commitment. You don't just wuss out and go back. It's like, if you're going somewhere, oh no, you are going somewhere. So we wait, and we wait like an hour and a half for someone else to go in the store, and when that happens, we're like, okay, safe. Unlock the door, get out of the car, and just run. We run the 5 feet.
Target is open, target is open. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, that was exactly it. God, I haven't been inside a comic book store in like 10 years, so... Been in several game stores, mind you, but that's not exactly the same thing.
On a game-related note, did you have the guy literally sacrifice himself just to finish the mission faster?
No, that was a mistake.